Hi everyone. This video is going to talk about clarinet assembly. In other words, how we put the clarinet together. Step 1. Take your reed. Should be in one of these silver reed cases. Take it out. Put it in your mouth. Don't bite it. Just let it sit there and let it get nice and damp. I'm going to take it out so I can talk clearly, but you should keep the reed in your mouth the whole time throughout this process. Step 1. Take this part. This is the end of the instrument. We call it the bell of the clarinet. And take the piece with the 4 square keys right down near the bottom. This is called your lower joint. The lower joint connects to the bell as such. It's pretty simple. Your lower joint also has this little support back here. This is where you're going to put your thumb eventually when the whole thing is together. Next, you need to take this piece with the 4 side keys that stick out. This is called your upper joint. Naturally, the upper joint is going to connect to the lower joint. Your upper joint, also for reference, has this on the back, and this is where your left thumb goes when the instrument's all together. But you're going to take your upper joint. Be careful that you don't bend any of the keys as you do this, and you just connect the upper joint to the lower joint. When you do this, you'll know that it's properly in place because all of the holes should align. It should make a straight line going down. And also, this piece right here will fit perfectly right over this piece here, if you watch. There you go. They connect perfectly. And if you look, all the tone holes, which is what we call these, are lined up properly. Excuse me. So now, you can set this aside carefully. Don't put it on the ground, put it on the case, which should be flat on the floor next to you. Now, take your reed, your mouthpiece, and your ligature, just like we did in our first class. The reed is in your mouth getting soaked. Once it's ready, the open end of the mouthpiece is where the reed goes. The side that says Rico right here goes face down. The end of the reed lines up with the end of the mouthpiece. And then your ligature. The screws go on the same side to the reed, on the right side of it. Your thumb is holding the reed in place so that it doesn't fall. Take the wider end of the ligature, slide it over, keep the reed in place, pull the ligature down, tighten the screws enough so that the reed doesn't slide all over. And now the mouthpiece is going to connect to the one piece left in your case that you haven't used. This little piece right here, which we call the barrel. Simply attach the mouthpiece to the narrow end of the barrel. If you look, it gets a little wider as it goes down. The narrow end of the barrel is where the mouthpiece goes. Be careful that you don't break your reed in the process. Make sure your reed is still aligned. And then your barrel is going to attach to the rest of the instrument. The reed should be on the back side when you do this. You want it to face away on the opposite side of where all the holes are. So here's the side with all the tone holes, and the reed is on the back side of that. And now once you've done that, you're ready to go. We'll go over this more in class, and the routine will become fairly simple and more straightforward the more you do it. So, on your own, carefully practice doing this, but mostly this week, focus on practicing making the sound with just the mouthpiece. To take your clarinet apart, You pretty much take the pieces off in reverse order. Start with the barrel. Take the mouthpiece and the barrel off together. Keep the rest of the clarinet secure in your lap or on the floor, or on the case, which is on the floor. Loosen the screws. Slide the reed out. Put the reed in its case, because we reuse them. Take the mouthpiece away from the barrel. Take the upper joint off the lower joint. Take the lower joint off the off the bell. Excuse me, this is the bell. Take the lower joint off the bell. Put everything back in the case. There should be indents that roughly match the shape of each of these pieces. And then you're good to go. Thanks for watching the video. Happy practicing.